Hello everybody, Markiplier here, and thank you guys so much for being with me through 1,000 videos. It's hard to even imagine how we've gotten from this point, and I really wanted to do something special for the 1,000 subscriber milestone, or not 1,000 subscriber, 1,000 video milestone, and I think this video is really going to explain to you guys how I got from point A to point B. Sadly, it wasn't all happy times back then. My dad and my mom fought a lot, and by fought a lot, I mean my mom fought a lot, and my dad had to reciprocate. She wasn't happy where she was, and, well, we didn't understand why, but me and my brother just tried to distract ourselves with video games. You know, try to ignore it what we can. But eventually, that stopped working. It was pretty inevitable, but the divorce finally came. I mean, we were pretty sad, but we were more sad to see our dad just kind of cave in. I mean, we were out of money, half of the income was gone, so we had to lose the house. We couldn't buy as many games as we had before, so we lost out on a lot of gaming, but at least we got to keep the computer, and that's what really sparked my love of computers and technology.
So my proposal of freedom dividend would be $1,000 a month in the hands of every American adult starting at age 18 until the day you die. $12,000 a year.
I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do, which was make video games. I wanted to do it. My dad didn't agree with me, but I thought that was what I was going to do. However, I started to realize that games might not work, so I kind of put that off the table and focused on going to engineering. I was originally in civil engineering, but moved into biomedical engineering because they had a medical school program. But that didn't work out either. I didn't want to do that, so I flip-flopped back to engineering again, and then I thought, hey, if I'm going to do what I want to do, I got to do games, and I really couldn't decide what I was going to do with my life. I was kind of at a crossroads and just frustrated.
We have to take this chance to evolve and start thinking more deeply about, okay, what is the work we want to do? What is valuable in our lives? How do we reward and incentivize the work that we need more of for ourselves? And so I have some big ideas on this. The $1,000 a month is not the solution. It's a foundation. It's like the floor on which you can start building. But it gives us a chance. It gets the boot off of people's throats, and it gives us a chance to start measuring our economic progress in things that would actually matter to us.
After my dad died, I became more confused than I was before because I was so far into engineering that I didn't think that I could get out anymore. And I was stuck in these mind-numbing co-op jobs that were literally me sitting at a computer 8 hours a day, doing 2 hours worth of work, and nothing else. It was absolutely horrible, and I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And I didn't have time for games, I didn't have an escape, I had no idea what I was gonna do. So I kind of drifted for a few years.
So right now, our economy revolves around these ideas of capital efficiency, where the market says, you know, if you're an accountant, you're worth $75,000. If you're a truck driver, you're worth $46,000. And we need to start finding new pursuits and jobs and ways to value our own time. And one of the examples I use that my wife is at home with our two boys, one of whom has autism, and the market values her work at zero. And there are millions of women around the country in the same boat where we're like, your time's worth zero.
Because I had a job at the time, that crummy co-op job, but it was still a job. Unfortunately, after I got my new place, my boss told me 3 days before I was supposed to come in for the new quarter that I didn't need to show up, which made me more mad. But I didn't yell at my boss, professionalism and all that. But at the end of the day, I was running out of money.
So in a way, we have to transform what we think of as tangible value. So if you make another human being stronger and healthier, that's good. Yeah, immensely valuable.
Yeah.
It's just right now our economic statistics don't value that appropriately.
Or investing in and having a happy, healthy family is good for society.
Yes. And so this is the great opportunity in an age where technology is going to end up assuming more and more work, is that we have to rethink and broaden what we think of as work. And then we have to come up with different and better and more human ways of valuing our own time. Because if we play out the capital efficiency race, we lose like at an epic level.
And the more thinking I did, the more frustrated I became. It seemed like everything in my life was completely out of my control, and I had no choice in the matter. So finally, I decided that enough was enough, and I was going to do what I wanted. But I was still stuck in the hospital, so I got angrier every day. Grr! So when I finally did get out of the hospital, I decided that I was going to do my own thing. And what I decided I was going to do was going to be sketch comedy videos. So I ended up using my tax refund that I had to buy a camera. I ended up doing very little with this camera immediately. So I decided to focus on a few more things before I got started. I got better with my grades in engineering. I decided to dedicate myself to playing games that I wanted to play. And then eventually I decided that I was going to make my own identity on the internet. And more specifically, on YouTube, where I was able to start a channel that finally made me happy. I didn't even care that I didn't have that many subscribers in the beginning, because even the few people that did watch me, I was more than happy to do everything it took to entertain them. But as I kept playing, things started exploding. Like, the subscriber count went crazy, and now I have more subscribers than I know what to do with. And I'm just happy that anyone watches my videos. And that's what really changed my life, and it's happened very recently. Like, before, I was totally out of control of everything, and now I'm finally able to do what I love.
How many of you get excited if you were to make your community stronger, mentally healthier? People would be like, oh, that would be tremendous. It's just most people don't have the opportunity to do that kind of work. So this is the big chance we have, and we have to take it, because if we stay on this road too long, GDP and capital efficiency are going to send us flying off a cliff.
I was lost before. I had no purpose before. But now we're able to change the world, do good, raise money for charity, do just everything we want to do to help improve the world. And I am so grateful that you guys decided that I was worthy enough to subscribe to. So sincerely, thank you guys so much. I owe you everything that I have now. And I wouldn't have it any other way.